Okay, maybe I'll actually talk in this video. So as far as rust goes in the quarters, so there's right here and then down here. It's not that bad. It's not under the wheel well or anything. Body wise on the quarters, it's a little wavy through here, but not nothing major. And then of course, like when you get up in here to where the cars are leaded from the factory, you know it's always wavy in here. The roof line right here to about middle of the door is going to need not quite a bit of work. It's going to definitely need some attention. Like it had a bunch of waves in it and dents whenever I got the car. And then the center of the roof, probably basketball size. There's like something was set on top of the roof and kind of bowed the roof in. Honestly think that's probably really the worst of it to me as far as the roof goes. But of course, you know, when the car had paint on it, you could see that the doors had dings in it. Nothing major. It all feels pretty good. Down here, there's a dent, and then right here there's a dent, but it's pitted with rust. So I don't know if you want to cut that out or not, or just kind of, I don't know. I guess yeah, you would cut it out, but I wouldn't think it would need this whole piece, just that small area. But the rockers are good. Door's dented, kind of like right here. Kind of see where it's low there. But it's really not that bad. This fender, it's right in here. It's dented pretty good. It'll go up into here. But I said I got other fenders for the car. The hood is in pretty decent shape. It has it's like the air cleaner stud was too high at one time. Kind of poked the hood. But I think that's really the worst part of the hood. The bumper cover's pretty decent shape. Like I said, it'll need that paint stripped. Well, this old paint stripped off of it. Then it has that little spot right there, which that's very repairable. But I do have another bumper that goes with the car. But I really think this original one's pretty salvageable. So this fender kind of has the same dent as the passenger fender does. But, you know, I got fenders. So back to the roof. There's this dent right here. But, man, that low spot's like right in here. You just can't see it without the car being wet or blocking it. So here's a quarter that I think needs replaced. It's been replaced before, and I just split it right here. Then it makes this weird cut in like half of the wheel arch, which I thought was really an odd way to do it. But it's just kind of shitty. I mean, it wasn't done very well. But I do got another quarter. Like I said, I got 2 quarters, so the quarter I have is really pretty straight. I think the quarter I got might have some dings in the rear of it, but it's nothing major. There's antenna holes in it. So the deck lid, I think I got another deck lid too. I'll have to look, but it is kind of wavy. Like the whole thing right here, all the way across the back of it is just wavy. You can just feel it. And then it is rusting in here. None of it's all the way through, but it is rusting. As far as kind of the inside, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's going to be hard to see on the phone. Well, There's like new headlights and various shit that goes with the car. The rear bumper cover is in pretty good shape. It's a little wavy, you can see. This door is more rusty than I thought it was. On the bottom of it, but I got another door too. I don't really remember how good the sheet metal is, but I know they're not rusty. But like in here, in the jams and in the pillar, is all good and solid. Rockers are solid. Interior is just dirty. For the most part, it's all here. The airbox and stuff is in the trunk. I was gonna put a heater, blower motor in it, but I hadn't got around to it. There's more trim. Visors are good. Carpet, I think the carpet probably could be saved. Quarter plastics are good. The headliner, I think somebody put a headliner in it before I got the car. It seems like it's really nice. Seats are just dirty. So that's where they should have had like toggle switches and stuff mounted for equipment, from looking at some of the other cars, or some of the other OHP cars. The box, the dash is kind of broke out, like probably every other 4i Mustang. But these door panels are in pretty good shape. That one's, like I said, that trim around the window switches is broken. You can see it does have the certified calibration, 140 mile an hour speedometer, like it should have for an SSP. It does have the correct Unity S6 spotlights. I think these trim pieces, like the cowl vent for sure, but then I think these lower windshield pieces, I think they are broken. But all the trim is in the car. You just kind of have to decide if you want to use it or not. And that's like the worst part of the rockers. And this door is just pretty rough. Rust-wise, that's the worst part of it, is this driver door. So that all in there looks good. Like, I have not had the doors off the car, so you know, I can only kind of see what's there, you know. But it looks like it's good to me. Not rusty. Under the hood, it's just been painted before, so it's, you know, it really does need probably stripped off, redone. But man, the engine bay, I know it looks like hell, but I actually have redone the engine bay. Not hard to tell. I did chip it when we had to pull the engine out, but it is actually nice paint under there. There's the double buck tags. See, special service. Cannot see really where it says Oklahoma, but it's on there. Said it's pretty nice. There's some little chips here and there. It's just real dirty. It's rained so much lately. But the of course the K-member's not coated or nothing, but the frame rails from about here down are bed lined, and underneath here is bed lined. Like all this is frame rail and all that, it's all bed liner. And then the firewall is bed liner. Like back there is where they cut the firewall out to do the heater core in it, and I had to patch in another piece. So it's not the best, but it's really hidden behind the engine, so you don't really notice it. But yeah, the engine bay, if it was washed, it'd be nice. And it is base coat, clear coat paint on the engine bay. It's not like single stage, so it'll stay nice. Should stay nice for a long time. But right here is kind of where the bed liner doesn't match, where I had to redo this at one point. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Like I said, all this is bed lined. Underneath where the battery goes, and battery tray is all bed lined. Oh, it might be hard to see it. Oh shit, you can't really see it, but the core support is a little beat up, like in there. But not as bad as a lot of Fox Buddies. Can't really tell with the radiator and everything in it, but it is a little beat up down there. But it's not too bad. I mean, it's a, what, almost 40-year-old car, so. That's not me, by the way. That was factory. That is a factory run. And there is actually a big old piece of, oh, not trim, but kind of like a weather stripping gasket that goes there, and that will hide that. Under here, like the aprons and stuff, they're a little crusty, but not bad. Nothing all the way through. I was just going to bedline them too. I just hadn't got to it, but they're really in pretty good shape. I do have this trim that runs through here. These pieces are actually some new old stock stuff that was come with the car from sometime in the 90s, so they'll clean up. But all this trim that goes around the windows and then here around the doors, it's all supposed to be chrome. Somebody's painted it all black. So you're gonna have to pull it all off and strip it, or find new trim. And see, this is where that window was pitted. I talked to you the other day. When the sunlight catches it just right, you can see it. But all in all, it's really not that bad. It could be made into a very nice looking driver pretty easy. I mean, I don't know what these holes are for. I've seen some that have like a little antenna that mounts off to the side on like a little L bracket, but I don't know if that's what that was for or not. But there's the original antenna holes on both sides.